we must not forget that while evil is real, St. Paul reminds us profoundly that we are not engaged in a kind of battle as we would according to the fashion of this world, where we have two armies pitted against one another on an open plain, and it stands precarious in the balance as to who is going to win and who is going to lose, and is Frodo really going to get the ring to Mordor or not, or are the allies going to win over the Nazi powers? And you don't know. You don't know. Instead, the battle that has been fought, as Paul reminds us, has been already won at the cross. Objectively speaking, I've read the end of the Bible and I know who wins. I know who wins. The real question is not whether God wins in the end. And by winning, we don't mean a conquering in an earthly sense of these merely smashing down of opponents, which can only lead to another breakout of another war. But instead, the abolition of death, the new heavens and the new earth, the bodily resurrection of the saints, the triumph of God's love, right? Instead, what's really in question is whether we individually as Christians, whether we actually will choose, by God's grace through faith, to align our lives with that gift of love, or whether we will ultimately choose to reject it. Now, most of us are prodigal sons. We're making our way back home. Even people who are so-called experienced or mature Christians may find themselves, quite frankly, in the words of the book of Revelation, losing sight of their first love. It's easy to be right about doctrine, but to lose sight of God and your neighbor. The Pharisees had both doctrine and losing sight of their neighbor wrong, but they really missed the forest through the trees, and we have the temptation to do the same, frankly. But the question is, am I, John, going to truly live out my vocation as a baptized man in the world through whom God's kingdom can be revealed?